Episode 31 of the Cod. Right now, we are sitting down with Sheku of Chicago clothing brand Artificial. Shout out to Paul. He is in Fort Lauderdale right now. He's there's a big storm, so his flight got canceled and delayed. So, let's all send some prayers that he can get back to the crib in a orderly fashion and be safe and everything. But yeah, as I said, we're sitting down with Sheku of Artificial. And just give a little background of yourself for the people who don't know who you are.
First off, appreciate the time. Appreciate the space.
Thank you for sitting down with
Yeah,
us.
no problem, no problem. My name's Sheku. Started the brand off Artificial in 2018. It was kind of accidental. There was no real, I want to make a shirt line type of thing. It was just I tried something and I just kept rolling with it. My brand is basically just like art pieces that's like it resonates either with what I'm thinking or past experiences. And I was able to make it, some of them making them in a comical format, some of them just, straight out what it was. The brand, the motto from day one is it's been fake is the new real, more fake, less real, just from, again, my own experiences, whether it's people, food, the environment. I see a lot of things as fake. It's like, why call it real when it's garbage? Just so many different ways to variations to it. But so far, the brand has done about 10 t-shirts since 2018, 10 different t-shirts. We're trying to gravitate towards more sweatsuits and hoodies now and other pieces, button-ups, trying to expand it a little bit more this year. Um, Slow start.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front. I expected to come out the gate swinging because of how it looked, and I'll show you the pieces later. But it didn't really. It moved, but it didn't move. Like the first one, like took me a year to get off, like maybe 50 pieces, and then over time, people started to gravitate towards it. Now my last one was sold out in 48 hours. The last one before that, everything was gone in about 6 days.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
I'm actually
fashion. Go on. Go on.
oh sorry, I was just gonna say I'm actually dropping one tomorrow. I don't expect that one to last 2 days, honestly.
Okay. Can we get a look at what's dropping tomorrow?
Yeah. It depends. When's this coming out?
This is dropping tomorrow, so definitely they're
Oh,
gonna
that's
see
that's
the shirt
perfect.
on
That's
drop
perfect.
day. Yes, sir.
So by the time you see this, it might be too late. So
If you're watching this,
about
it's
this
too late.
piece, before I show it, I actually I don't show my shirts until the day of release.
Cool.
It kind of brings shock value to it. I did it for my third shirt, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just been going on ever since. So a lot of people they know, like when I say you got 3 weeks, you got 3 weeks to wait. And I usually drop a promo video trailer, and it kind of like gives an idea or story to the shirt,
Yeah.
which that's my favorite part of it is. I don't feel too many people are doing it. Not that it's a bad thing, no one's doing it, but like it was just something I wanted to do, and
Mm-hmm.
it it helps. People love it. People still talk about certain ones these days. So a fun quick story about this one is I wanted to do a real trailer, but because of the time and the new schedule and the person I wanted to do it weren't available, I had already a pre-trailer made. Like I do a pre-trailer and a real trailer.
Yeah.
And because I couldn't get the real trailer, I put the real one out. And from the pre-trailer alone, people would just inbox me like, "Yeah, I'm buying it." I'm like, "But you don't even know what the shirt is. Like this
They
is
ready.
nothing to do with the shirt." It was
Yeah.
like, "No, I watched the video. It's crazy. I want this." I wish I could have showed you the video, but so this is my new shirt.
Okay. All right.
That's
I
the
see
front,
that.
and this is the back.
All right. Yeah, speak on fake flowers last longer because I've definitely seen those videos on your IG. And I know, like you said, fake is the new real and you've explained that. But give us some background on fake flowers last longer.
So for me, like I watched a lot. I used to watch a lot of podcasts. Like Drink Champs was one of my favorites a couple years ago. And they always emphasize, like 10 minutes into the show, they always emphasize, we want to give you your flowers while you're here. And then 2020, you start hearing it so much because of all the events and people that unfortunately passed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, give people their flowers while they're still alive. And you just see it so much. I'm like, and I think I was just drawing one day. I actually had this drawn out a completely different way, and I didn't know what to do with it. It was sitting there for months. And I was just listening to something. I think I was just literally drawing and listening to Drink Champs. Again, fake flower. I mean, give people their flowers while they're alive or their roses while they're alive. And my sarcastic inside of my head, and I was just like, well, fake flowers last longer than those. I'm always cheap, So fake flowers is a great option for me. And I was just like, wait a minute, fake flowers do last longer. And it went from like fake flowers last forever. I juggled around. Fake flowers last longer. So the whole point was like, if you think about it, let's say you give your friend a small bouquet of flowers and I got nothing but love for you. I appreciate you. All those down. This is my token of appreciation. Giving your flowers while you're alive, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna last like a week, 2 weeks max. And he has to throw them away. He has no choice but to throw them away and just keep the memory. Now imagine if you gave him a fake bouquet, a big one, and had a smiley face, whatever the case may be. That's not going anywhere. For the rest of his life, he's going to keep it unless he wants to throw it away, and he's going to remember that. So I feel like it really does last longer. It leaves a better impression, in my opinion. But I think slightly different in a weird way sometimes. So
that's
it
was
just getting across the fact.
That's deep, man. I
was
like
just
that.
like, like flowers last long. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So I know you said,
I really don't think that one's going to last too long. The way people are in my inbox.
You've had to explain your shirts now. How does that feel? Putting the card.
I think I like it because I think it works. I didn't know if it worked, but a friend of mine, he had bought one shirt and then the next one came out maybe a month or two later. So he bought that. He told me because he's real honest. He was like, I only bought this one to support you, but I was glad I did because when I saw it online, it's just, it's a cool shirt. Let me get it. When he opened it and read the card, and he realized that it actually resonated with him too, then he was now blown away by it, which was dope to me.
Cool. And I know you said, a lot of your work is you look at it as like art pieces, and I see the art in the back, dope piece as well.
Oh yeah.
So are you cool? Are you heavy into art? Has that been
no, I've been drawn since I was a kid, but it's like I could always draw really well. It just there's a long stretch of maybe 10 to 15 years where I probably didn't do anything with it. Whereas I regret it now because I see people like on Instagram who definitely never stopped from day one, and their art is like beyond incredible. So it was just always the ability to draw. I didn't draw as much as I do now.
Now, speaking of drawing, I've seen also, I think it was on a story that you had put up or a post that you actually were, drawing over the, special tape that you use to, send things off, the artificial tape. When did you start doing that? Because like companies like Nike will put like, their logo on their tape and stuff like that, but that's just like a little bit of extra detail that kind of shows what you put into the brand.
That was just camera tricks. It was two. Let me not lie to you. It was two separate roles. One's plain, and one had I had made it from sticker mule. So one I had the plain one, and then I had like 300 feet. I'm like, it's cool, but it's plain.
Yeah.
So I decided to put the images from my first 5 or 6 shirts onto a tape and buy a new one. So it was just camera tricks, But I mean, I did it in real life. I did redraw it to put it on there. But it was literally just two separate things.
All right, not bad. I was sitting there like, I like this, man.
No, I don't have that much time, man. As soon as I get the orders, bag it, and we gotta get it out.
Hey, but also, like you were saying, a lot of people are reaching out and they putting in orders before they even see the shirts, and the way that you drop, it's like you're debuting it the day that it's for sale and stuff like that. So how has that proven to be, I guess, a good strategy for you? Because I see on your website, it's a lot of shirts that are sold out.
Yeah. So it was a gamble. It wasn't that I knew this from day one. It was just that like I just learned from experience. So on my third shirt, you mind if I show the shirt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, this is my first one. I just dropped this one. Well, I hadn't even dropped it. I put a
Yeah,
picture up wearing it, and someone was like, "Oh, is this your brand? Let me buy one." Then I had to
nice.
magically make a website in 5 seconds.
Quick.
I had nothing ready,
Yeah.
so it was weird. So when I ordered this shirt, um, I had it for maybe I had it, but I wanted to bring this one out in a special way. So that's when I said, all right, I got a new shirt, but you got to wait for 2 weeks. I had to shoot the trailer, which was my first trailer. So that's the only reason I had to wait on this one. And I noticed that it was better when I can prep stuff, like rather than just post up a digital picture, like some people do. Like, hey, this is coming out Tuesday. I would put like the color of the shirt or a pre-trailer prep, make sure everything's right, be able to go through all my shirts, bag them up. And on the day of, it's just like, here it is. And it seemed to create some type of shock value. And I noticed that the spike in my views to the website will go up. I never really cared about views on the Instagram, but it's like people actually click it and go to the website. I was always paying attention to that. So it seemed to always only be on the days of the drops. I was like, okay, every time I'm trying to double or at least increase the views of my website. So it's all right, I'm gonna hold it. And I'm gonna tease them, throw them a pre-trailer to keep them busy, and I'm gonna throw them a trailer and then watch the numbers. And it seemed to always go. So it seems to add shock value, and it seems to make people eager to see it. And I feel like because I dropped the trailer, the shirt, everything on that day, if they were hesitant, they might just wheel them over like, oh, that was crazy. It's like the first
Yeah.
time you watch a movie, that's crazy. But the next time you watch, it's just like, eh. So
Right. Now,
I,
see, I feel like you kind of took a cue from streetwear culture, how they kind of position their drops and whatnot. How like say like Supreme or something will just like show like every week, this is what's dropping this week. This is what's dropping this week. They don't necessarily drop or reveal everything for a full, season and whatnot. So is that spot on? Did you take some type of cues from like streetwear marketing?
no, honestly, I don't. I've just started to follow brands now. Like I don't
Hmm.
follow Supreme. I've never even really looked at them. I see them on people, but I've never actually looked at them. Um, no, like before getting into this, like the brands I was probably looking at years before that were like the hundreds.
Okay.
Or
That's
but
early,
this is
early
from my this
streetwear,
is this
yeah.
is this is from my brother's clothes. It's not even like Instagram wasn't around when I knew about them.
Hmm.
Uh, no, I've never really been looking at anybody's brand or their technique. As of recently, I've watched like the God is Dope podcast and World
Okay,
Envision and
yeah.
stuff like that. But no, I've never actually used anybody else's ideas or techniques.
Yeah, because I
Or
feel like
I'm not being just the brands.
I feel like you're right in line. Not that you're like copying or anything, but I feel like just that like way of kind of, gathering hype, gathering interest, like letting people know like, hey, something new is gonna drop. You gotta see what it is. Really converting followers to go to a new link, your website, and then hopefully
Yeah,
once they get to your website, convert them into buyers. So what you're doing is really
yeah.
smart. And a big thing with just e-commerce right now is Shopify. So I see your website is on
Mhm.
Shopify or anything. Have you had to deal with any bots so far? Are people going that crazy trying to jug the
Um,
releases?
no, it's just most people in the inbox like, hey, can I get a sneak peek? Can I get a preview? Can I buy
Okay.
it now? Can I cash app you now? What I do is to try to also stop that. Even though I don't want to get to that bot, I'm not in that bot action right now. What I
Hmm.
do is emails.
Hmm.
I learned that from my friend Donnie. I went to one of his seminars. He invited me to one of his seminars, and it changed my whole perspective. I'm like, why would I do emails? I'm gonna say hi, So I didn't think about it, and I
Yeah.
started doing emails the night before my release. And one of the programs they told me to use, I could see who opens it, how many people open it, the conversion,
Hmm.
how many people open it. It tell me exactly who opened it, and then exactly what they did, what they clicked, what they watched, where they scrolled, all of that. And like I use that data. It's amazing. I realize now emails. So a lot of people don't check their emails. So a lot of people that I have their email, they don't
Mm-hmm.
check it, they're missing out. Like I always throw like the deals first on there.
Yeah.
I let it sit for like 24, 48 hours before I even put it to the public. And I'm always saying, yo, if you go to my site, drop your email. You're not gonna lose. I'm not gonna bother you, but if you really want something on this brand, you're better off putting your email in. Because even with this release, I'm sending it to the people in the email first, and they're gonna see it first. It's like the last time I did it. Um, and it's crazy. Like the last time in the email, I wanted like 2 sentences. I'm like, all right, it's dropping tomorrow. I sent it Sunday. It says coming on Monday. Half the people clicked on the site and they were looking for it, even though I said it's not coming out till Monday.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like that was almost like missed a lot of missed sales because they went
Mm-hmm.
looking to kind of do something right now. So I'm taking advantage of that. I'm just gonna be early access now for the email. You don't
Cool.
give me an email, you can wait for whatever's left over. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm
Now
not
I
gonna
see
bet.
you took it a step farther on the website. You got a chat function now.
Yeah.
Is that like an AI, or are you really behind the chat conversing with
So
people?
on that video, I was behind it. That was
Yeah.
me. I was on my
Yeah.
phone, I was on the computer. And the crazy thing is, I didn't realize there's AI built in it too,
Mm-hmm.
because when I was doing it, it says put your phone number. I put my phone number in, and it shows up on my screen as just a phone number. So I did the video, I posted it, and I took a nap. And I wake up and it says you missed the chat. I'm like, okay. So I go and it shows the name of somebody I know. Like, why would it show a name? All these other test runs would give me phone numbers. I was kind of like confused, and I just woke up. I opened the chat. It's a full blown conversation in there. So I asked my lady, like, were you using my phone? Were you responding to someone? She's like, nah. So I'm like, so what did this conversation happen? Like, this is a whole conversation. What is this?
Yeah.
So that's when I realized now, if you need to check your order, your status, you can talk to the AI.
Okay.
It actually, because you have to put your phone number or email,
Mm-hmm.
it already has that in the system. If you
Mm-hmm.
if you put it in, it has it in the system. So if it asks you for your order number, so if you have your email and your order number, it just gives you the tracking number. It says it's on the way, it's delivered, it's not out yet, one or the other. It can do that much. It can't really converse outside of that because they tried to continue and it just didn't happen.
Mm.
But as far as checking your status, you can do that without me even being aware.
Cool.
But anybody who's really known me, is if you order it Monday, you probably get it Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's good, man. And earlier you said it took a while to like really get things started, get like a flow with your business. How
Yeah.
has the pandemic kind of either helped or hindered that? Like, what were the challenges of having a business last year?
So I was last year. I didn't release a shirt till I think June or July because I was scared because it was like from the time when they announced all these lockdowns, I thought everybody's conserving their money,
Mm-hmm.
staying inside a bubble, being scared, and I'm like, I don't think people will want to buy my shirts, because of the spread. If they think, oh, how is he storing it, blah blah blah. It's just like, okay, let me not waste my time and money. And I was just like, I'm not gonna drop this shit. That's it. And then I noticed like I was paying attention to other brands, like they was going crazy. They were just still selling, people were still buying. And that's when I noticed people are actually outside now. So I was just like, oh, I thought we were all scared, or living in fear. So I guess they
Mm-hmm.
weren't. Everyone's still living it up. So I said, all right, let me try. I had 3 different shirts, and that was my best. That was my best release at that time. Um, 6 days. So I'm trying to show. So these ones, they were just playing like 10, $15.
Nice.
They were going in like 5 days. And this one dropped alongside it.
Yeah, yeah.
This one was gone in about 2 weeks, I think.
Clean. Yes, yes. I remember that one. I saw that one online.
Yeah, the world is fake, the city is real. And that's it, it goes along with the whole more fake, less real. Everything
Yeah.
always ties back into it. It's basically just trying to say, get out your city, go see the world, man. Like, there's so
Mm-hmm.
much of it in the world, like not just Miami, what I'm saying? Go to Greece, go
Yeah.
to a little small city in Italy, explore that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was also the video that I had with this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a minute long, and I took the train from the house, walked around downtown. I took the blue line to the airport, went on top of the airport, and threw a paper plane, and it landed all the way in London.
Okay.
So that the whole point was like, I was supposed to throw multiple ones, but the wind was going crazy that day. We
Yeah.
were kind of in a restricted area, so we expected TSA to pull up at any moment. So it was just like, hurry up. But like, if you
Yeah.
ever get a chance to see that, right, and you get to the part where I'm throwing the plane,
Mm-hmm.
I did like 3 takes, and every time you throw it kept going backwards because of the wind. So it was just like I did the best I could with it, and that was
Yeah.
one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite rollouts as far as visuals and everything. Like I put a lot of work into that particular one. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, the video work looks good on a lot of your trailers and commercials.
Appreciate it.
Are you behind it, or you got people helping you?
Yeah. No, it's mostly me.
Cool.
Um, I can have somebody there with me. Shout out to my friend Tim, or my lady sometimes helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Usually those two. And I've also Coach Way Photos. He did my last, not this one, but the last one before that. He helped me with that whole project. So I usually have people help me somehow, some way. Sometimes it's brainstorming, sometimes it's filming it for me, and I'll edit it myself because it's like it plays in my head over and over already. So I already know what I need it to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one. Funny quick story about this. I was talking to my friend Tim. I told him we were brainstorming about it, and it just out of nowhere clicked. He was talking about a barbershop, and I was like, "No, I'm going to the airport." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go to the airport and I'm gonna throw a
Right.
plane to England." And he was like, "Oh, that's crazy." Like he's always like, write it down, write it down. I'm like, "No, it's here. I'm done. Like
Yeah.
I can. It's in my head." So he made me write it down. So I wrote it down, and the day of, I actually forgot it. Maybe on purpose, I don't know.
Yeah.
And a couple months ago, I found the book again. I'm opening it, and if you read what I wrote down, it's step by step, 100% exactly how the video came out. Like this,
Nice.
the video was in my head for months. So it's a team effort. I would say I just edited because I
Definitely.
know what I need it to look like.
Cool. Well, definitely, good work on the editing because it looks clean. Now,
Thank you. I'm bootlegging it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm no expert. I am bootlegging the
yeah,
nuts out of it.
nice. Hey, so that same shirt, man, I like that saying, the world is fake, the city is real. Um, and obviously you being from the hometown as well, I like to hear that about Chicago. How has Chicago influenced your style in artificial?
I would say I think I was 15 when I started really paying attention to things. I was always, I didn't have any money, so I never had the stuff, but I was paying
Mm.
attention. That's around the time. That's around the Platinum Fubu era.
Yep.
That was around the Jabot,
Yes, sir.
early Jabot days before the straps really, really, really hit.
Yeah.
Um, so I was paying attention to stuff, and I'd like get stuff from Marshalls or on clearance and stuff like that. But I was paying attention, like all the mics. Like I was never a fan of all the mics. There's only a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, I really only paid attention from the briefcase mics.
Okay.
Those were
All
probably
right.
my favorite. The original black gold, the little gold trim and the white.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say those are my favorite for no reason. I think it's just because of the rollout. You know what? Now that you say that, that's probably what made me always want to roll out something in a certain way. Because I remember in high school, people walking around with a suitcase. It was like, as again, I just started paying attention. Like, who walks around with briefcases, shoes?
Yeah.
And I remember it was on the news. And so it was just like, man, all this for a shoe.
Yeah.
So, and across the years and the decades, different styles and trends have come in and out of Chicago. Some from us, some from out of state. Just paying attention to what really people do, wear, how they wear it. Remember, I don't know if you remember the rubber bands on the jeans.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
all of that is just like, even when I try certain things, I tried it a certain way, different than the other. It probably never worked, but it was just like, I'm gonna do it this way. So it was always just an experimentation and just, in and out, in and out. What's this? What's that? That's cool. I don't like that. I would say I was never attached to one thing. I was never attached to anything or style. It was just observing.
Mm-hmm. Now I know you put cards, with some of the shipments and whatnot, and you mentioning the briefcase mics. I guess how important is packaging to you?
So I experimented a few different ways, and then grab the box real quick. It's right
Cool,
here.
cool.
So it's just experimenting and experience. So I used to use the free postage from the post office, a little envelope looking thing, cardboard, and I was doing that for probably my first year until a friend of mine, my man Anthony, he bought one of my black shirts, OG 76, and he hit me up. He was actually kind of, it sounded like he was kind of pissed off, at least in the messages. I'm like, what's wrong? He was like, yo, why would you send it in this? It was raining outside. So I had started in the summer. So I wasn't thinking anything because it's summer. It's, it's from the post office. He was like, my mailman knows when I'm not there just to hide it in the bush. And it was raining. So everything got messed up, the box, the shirt. And I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, let me send you the money for the dry clean, anything. He's like, no, I got it. I'm just letting you know you might want to switch that up. And if he didn't say that, honestly, I never would have switched it up.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Thank you very much. So I went to the plastic bags temporarily. And then that's when I went to, there was a shirt. Oh, I just threw those things away. So right after the black shirt, I think I came with this one. And this was my number 4 or 5. No, this is number 5. So this is 2 shirts later. And this one was influenced by the Asian culture, but it wasn't really about them. Again, nobody asked about this shirt. So if you see here, I'm not sure how good you can see it.
Yeah.
I Googled traditional Chinese lettering for do not wash hot or do not dry or something like that. So these are literally just care instructions. And there's made in China, because on all the shirts, that's all you can see is made in China.
Yeah.
And it says, my material just says 100% artificial. So this whole shirt was catered around the neck tag, but people think it was catered around the Asian culture from what they saw. That's how I was mad that I didn't get it explained that well. So I actually had this in the little lunch box that you get from some restaurants. So I was mailing those lunch boxes out inside these boxes. So that's where the tape came into play.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So it's just a short long story. For real, it was just a magic trick. Two separate ones.
You caught me.
I think nobody knows it. I think people are amazed. A lot of people inboxing me like, "Oh, I didn't know." I'm like,
"Yeah,
cool,
okay,
whatever." But so from there, I still had the plastic bag over things, and now it's just plastic covering to secure, making sure that nothing happens weather-wise. And packaging is, sorry to answer your question, packaging is a very big part because one, it has to get there in a safe manner. And the stuff that goes inside it, the stuff that I put inside all my packages, I like that people sometimes inbox me after the fact, like, yo, I didn't expect this. This is dope. This is crazy. I like it. I'll be back. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But when you open a package, you get what you pay for. But to get a little small couple things after that, or a thank you, or a sticker, or a button, whatever, I think it adds to the experience, which makes you stand out from the others.
Yes, sir. Now, we mentioned last year being a tough year and whatnot. There was obviously a lot of civil unrest and whatnot. And I do see a post, that you put up, Black Lives Matter with one of the shirts that you had showed earlier. Has Artificial gotten into any charity work or any messages on the t-shirts and things like that?
No, I haven't. At the time, that was, like I said, that was an old shirt, and I was at the time I put that post up. I was just letting everybody know where I stand first off, like, because where I work, it was the opposite.
Okay.
So it's just like,
I know how that go.
Whatever. You guys, so it's just like, you guys do that. This why I'm at. If you don't want to mess with me, and it's funny, a few people haven't. A few people, unfriended. Like, I don't care, as long as you know where I stand. Don't think you're on both sides of the playing field. I haven't done any charities within my business prior to or separate to. I have just small things trying to help out, but no, I haven't done anything like that yet. I was thinking about trying to do something like a year or two ago, when I see like people do breast cancer shirts and donate some of the money, but I was like, I don't like doing that personally because like I'd rather you just get the entire thing to them.
Yeah.
Like don't even use me as a middleman. I don't even keep 10%. Like I'd rather you go straight to them. That's why I never try to do that because I feel like some people take advantage of those things or
Yeah.
people's deaths. You know, they'll put it on a shirt and sell it. And like, I'm not really on that.
Yeah, it's more so just about just raising that awareness for something else and then letting people know, you know, go there and whatnot. So I like that, man. I like that a lot. So I guess what's next, man? What's next for Artificial and the brand? I know you said you're getting into, you know, you're trying to get into sweatsuits and hoodies and things like that. But, you know, outside of that, what's next? What can we expect?
Honestly, I've decided that because I've grown a little bit and I'm getting a little bit more attention, I think what I'm going to do is put out maybe 2 new projects and do my best to restock some of my best sellers because some of the people that are here now weren't here in the first 2 years. So some projects they missed out on. I'm not going to bring everything back because the money is it's not cheap, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was thinking of trying to restock, you know, to buy me some time in between drops. This one's coming out Monday. I have one that I should be doing either April or May. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that one. The trailer itself, like I'm trying to go for like a 2.5, maybe 3 minute movie about that shirt.
Ready.
Basically, like I said, every single shirt it reflects on something about me or future, past, or present, something that I think. That one is a reflection of one of my favorite songs ever that I stumbled upon. Don't want to get too much away, you know, shock value like I'm always saying.
Yes, sir. We got to wait on it.
I'll be glad to tell you off camera, but on camera, that one's
all right.
That one is something.
Well, hey, man.
And collaborations too. Definitely, I need more. I need
collabs. You ready?
I need a couple. I want some out of state ones though.
Okay.
Not to say there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Chicago, but I need to expand outside of Chicago. I really want.
It's important.
You got to make your foundation first too. So probably one of each. I would love to do that next year.
Okay. Well, hey man, I look forward to it. I know we look forward to it at the Cod, and I'm definitely gonna reach out for some shirts. I know we just introduced some of our merch, so I want to send some of that to you. You know, just as a thank you for sitting down with us and whatnot.
Thank you for having me. It's my first interview.
Man. Hey man, thank you, bro. Because we need to just, you know, get the word out there, man. I think you're doing a really good thing. I like the clothes. I like the design. I like the message behind it. So anything I can do to just help grow that message, man, no problem. Definitely.
That means a lot that people even actually care. Because I was surprised when I saw the message. I was like, oh. People want to speak to me. That's crazy. It's just like
shit, bro. I was surprised when you followed. I was like, hey, man, it's the same for everybody. I feel like, you know, you never know like what the little bit of support means to somebody, man. So just, you know, thank you for the follow and all that. But yeah, let me let me stop being long-winded. Let you get back to work and whatnot. But before you go, just tell the people where they can find you, where the web store is and the social media.
Again, thank you again. Shout out to the Cod Podcast. My Instagram is artfcl, just artfcl. Same on all the shirts, just artificial abbreviated, artfcl. Facebook, I think it's just artificial stuff. The Twitter is artificial stuff, and the website is actually shopartfcl.com. That's shopartfcl.com. Highly recommend if you do go there, drop that email. Highly recommend get that early access. No charge to you. You might even get a discount just for being there early. So please
get into them.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Emails is the new way. But again, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it as well.
Yes, sir.
You see, a paper airplane can only truly soar in the imagination of a child. Once the pilot of the paper plane loses his belief in the paper plane stops trying to fly.